2. What's up? What's happening? This is your commissioner back at it again with another episode of the Fantasy Football Show. What episode is this now, LB3?
I think if it's week 4, it's got to be the fourth show.
We missed a week.
We missed a week and we did a draft show. So,
That's right. This is fourth show of the week or the year. Wanted to touch base with everyone. And preview week 4. Week 3 was a pretty pretty big week. We had 2 teams move to 3-0, and it just happens to be the 2 biggest fags in the league. Mark
certified.
and Mike Germ. No, I'm just kidding. I'd rather see other people be 3-0, but good for them too.
Who would you rather be 3-0?
Cam, Jake
Yourself?
Jake May, Warren, and Scalos and Carter and myself. That's about it.
Everyone but me, Joey, Paul, and Germs and Tyler.
Tyler, Paul, Joey, you, Mark, and Mike. But we have those 2 at 3-0. A few teams at 2-1, quite a few teams at 1-2, and Matt Carter, 0-3. Is this the week he gets off the schneid? I forgot to send out an updated high scoring, but I believe it was Mike. Won back-to-back weeks. Let me just double check. 144 for Mike, or Mark, I mean. 155 for Mike. Yeah, so Mike wins high scoring again. That's 2 under his belt. He got a nice squad. Couple big performances last week out of 2 Miami running backs, Keenan Allen. Big week out of those guys. But anything you want to add on from the previous week or anything you want to discuss before we get into the games?
No, I think we're good. We can roll right into it. See, we missed our pre-show, post-show, whatever on Tuesday. So now it's Thursday. We're going to do them both in one again, like we used to do instead of the 2 quick shows.
Where do you want to start?
Mine's always first on my screen.
We'll start with you.
I got my first win this week.
We got team batting lawn against the fantasy football team.
Close, but no Jamar.
What's that?
Joey's team is close, but no Jamar.
Yeah. You're playing Tyler this week.
Oh, you're not going over last week?
Oh, no, I was just getting into this week.
Let's do it. Yeah, me versus Tyler this week.
Or I don't know how quick we can be.
Not very. We always run into tangents.
I mean, we could discuss maybe really quick into last week.
It doesn't matter.
All right, we'll just do this week then. That's cool. Yeah, so we got you versus Tyler, projected to be pretty close.
Yeah, Tyler's team looks awful. I'm not really sure. Eckler's barely practicing. I don't even know if he's back yet. Derrick Henry got like less than a point last week. I think he had like 2 carries or something. Something weird.
Yeah, he didn't look good last week. He had 11 attempts for 20 yards.
Oh, wow.
That was it. 2 points.
Yeah, 2 points, not 2 carries. Yeah, and then, I mean, Kirk Cousins, I think, is QB1. Yeah, he's QB1. But
he was QB1 for last year for me as well through the first, 6 weeks.
Yeah, he's got a good receiving core, and they throw a lot because Madison.
Yeah, they do. They do. Just looking at this game, I would kind of agree with you. I'm sure Tyler's a little disappointed in Eckler. Is that something that bothers him all year? Who knows? Kirk Cousins has been great. T. Higgins had a great game 2 weeks ago. Kind of shit the bed last week. But with the Burrow injury, how does that affect everything? They targeted
problem.
They targeted Chase often, not as often as
a lot of Boyd too.
And a lot of Boyd. Just looking at Tyler's team, Eckler, Henry's a very good RB2. He has the upside of an RB1, but he's a nice RB2 to have. But after that, I'm not big on Higgins. I love McLaurin, but they have no quarterback.
Yeah, not against Philly.
Not sure about Higbee. I mean, Fields stinks.
He's terrible.
Watson, they seem to have a decent amount of wideouts over in Green Bay where um what's his face is spreading the ball around.
Yeah, I don't even think Watson played yet this year, did he? Average 0 points. I don't even know.
Oh yeah, he has been, but like I said, there's been guys that filling in. They've been pretty solid. So what do you expect there? I don't know. I'm not in love with Tyler's team. Um, the bench is pretty bad. Um, he's gonna need Eckler and Henry to carry him all year. And Kirk Cousins is currently averaging 29 a game. Can you get that every week? Because I think he needs that every week.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting at 1-2, not bad. Not the end of the world like Carter's at 0-3, but you know, what do we'll see. I don't love his team right now. But that could change. Looking at your team, Herbert QB2, averaging 28 a week. That's probably where he's at all year. I mean, the dude's a stud. They throw the ball.
Yeah, well, I wonder if Mike Williams' injury is going to slow him down a bit.
That's true. Something to keep an eye on. McCaffrey's a touchdown machine. You're throwing in Gainwell, Metcalf. Hollywood Brown has been a big surprise. The Cardinals' offense actually isn't horrible.
No.
I have James Conner, knock on wood. I don't know how long he's going to last, but he's been solid. And Hollywood Brown has been averaging 14 points a week. That's great when you have Josh Dobbs and a team that's, was projected to be horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Metcalf on the same thing, averaging 14 a week. He's been consistent 13, 13, 17. When's his big week going to pop off where he gets that 30? Hunter Henry's been solid. Waddle back in the lineup is a stud. That offense is insane. I see you're giving up on Kyle Pitts. I like you this week. You're projected 121. I see you getting 121. 118 for Tyler. I just don't know where he gets the 118. Unless you can get 30 from Cousins, 30 from Eckler, and 20 plus from Henry. I'm taking you. I'm taking you this week.
I'm taking myself, and I think it's going to be sort of easy. I think I have it doesn't show the times. I think I roll out to a pretty quick lead. If I get Waddle back, that'll help a ton. And Metcalf.
You have one. You have two. You have three guys at 1:00. You got Herbert at 4, McCaffrey 425, Metcalf at Monday night, Hollywood at 425, Henry at 425. And then you have Sutton, Waddle, Gainwell at 1.
I'd like to trade Richardson for a running back. If anyone's listening,
I got Zeke.
I'd like to trade Richardson for a running back that plays on a consistent basis and scores points.
I got Lamar.
Yeah, I'm taking myself. I got a lot of guys like Herbert can boom. Like if you get 30 points, you can boom. Herbert can do that. McCaffrey can do that. Metcalf can do that. Waddle can do that. I just need these guys. I need Metcalf and Waddle to really pull it up. But against Buffalo and Henry against Dallas, I think it comes down to Metcalf against the Giants. I'm pretty happy with my matchups. I'm going to take myself as well.
Yeah, I like your team this week as well, and to get to 2-2. Let's do the next game. Let's do mine. The Andrew Jacksons versus the Chief. My team, I will quickly say, week 1, I put up 71. Not one person on my team scored a touchdown, including the quarterback. Week 2, I put up 135. I get a loss. Last week, I put up 119. I'm currently projected 107. I don't see that. I think that's very low this week for me.
I think you have the worst matchups this week.
You have your
quarterback against Cleveland.
I do have tough matchups, which is why
Connor against San Fran.
Low.
Yeah, you're playing Cleveland, San Fran, Baltimore, New England. That's tough defenses, and that's like your big guys.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely is a tough matchup. Like you just said, Lamar against Cleveland, Connor at San Fran, Ford versus Baltimore. Lamb versus New England, solid. Andrews, it is definitely a tough matchup. Um, so that is why I'm projected low. I do think I get over the 107. I'm very happy with Lamar the past 2 weeks. He seems to be getting comfortable in that offense. He started to run a little bit more last week, had 100 on the ground, I believe. Connor's been I've been very happy with. He's not my RB1, but I would rather him be an RB2. Ford's been solid. I think he might be a little banged up, but he's been a great add since Chubb went down. That's why you handcuff your number one running back pick. CD's been a little disappointing with for me this year. 11, 25, 10.
Well, I
Um,
think CD, he's 18th. He got nothing week one. The defense scored like 60 points though,
yeah,
so he didn't get a chance to do anything. So I think he'll be an RB1
yeah.
by the end.
I like to get Andrews going a little bit more. 5 and 4 targets so far. Get him going. This is where I'm a little stuck at right now. Personally in my lineup, wide out wise, flex position wise, I have CD Lamb's going to be my wide out one. But after that, you know, Palmer I picked up. I have Addison, Michael Thomas, Chris Godwin, Christian Kirk. Um, you know, I'm not sure what to play. I'm in a tough spot there. Godwin has been good, but Baker, you know, I just don't know right now. Kirk has had a couple, 1, 2 big 21-15, but he had a 1 point week. So I don't know. Throwing this out there now. I'd like to move two of them. I wouldn't mind moving a 2-for-1 on a running back, to solidify my running back position to go along with you know, a CD Lamb and Michael Thomas and Godwin. I wouldn't mind moving a Kirk and Tom, something like that, but something I can work out down the line. But Chiefs team, Jalen Hurts, is that a tough matchup versus Washington? They're not bad. Mixon at Tennessee, he should be a stud. Kamara come back this week out of suspension. Jefferson at Carolina should be a nice matchup. Robert Woods in Pittsburgh. You know, I'm not a huge. I don't mind Chiefs team. Hurts, Mixon, Kamara, Jefferson is pretty solid. Don't love it after that. Um, but I think Chief wins this week. Chief's my pick. I think he has the favorable matchups and gets the win.
Yeah, I agree. He has a lot of better matchups with you and with Hurts. And I don't love Kamara week one. I don't really love Mixon against Tennessee. That's a tough front seven, but Jefferson and Hurts could put up 40 each, and that's it.
And that's it. Yep. Yeah, so I'm picking the Chief. You are as well. Just tough matchups for my team this week, but you never know. Let's move on to Hut Lockett, Cam versus Joey. Another kind of low scoring projection for Cam. Trevor Lawrence, does he get it going? Does ETN get it going? You see that week one, Cam's week one, you're like, holy shit, this is the offense. Lawrence, ETN, Ingram. He went heavy on Jacksonville and they performed week one. But after that, it kind of went downhill.
Yeah, they would look terrible last week. Lawrence looked awful. Ridley dropping passes.
Yeah, but I love AJ Brown and Keelan Allen and Lockett. That's a hell of a combo. You get Barkley back hopefully in a couple weeks. Throw him in there. Lawrence, ETM, Barkley, AJ Brown, Keenan Allen, Evan Ingram, Tyler Lockett. It's a really nice squad. I like Cam's team. He's sitting at 2-1. I do like his team once he gets fully healthy. Joey on the other side, Josh Allen. He's got it together the last 2 weeks. Not big on Joey's running backs or Pacheco. I don't know. I just feel like they're hit or miss, and when they miss, it's bad, but when they hit, it's
Pacheco
good.
versus Jets. Brian Robinson versus Philly. He doesn't have great matchups. Josh Allen versus Miami is fantastic, but everything else,
For Joey, I don't know what he spent on a Caney or whatever the name is. I didn't get to look at that. I want to say it was $62 or something like that. But he's got to be pumped with DeAndre Swift in there. I mean, Swift has looked really good.
Yeah, Swift looks awesome.
28 attempts on week 2 for $175. Last week, 16 attempts for $130. I mean, he's not real involved in the pass game, but I mean, that Philly O-line is really good, and he's running really good behind them. The bench, though, is useless. When does he get Cup back? Is a good question. You throw Cup into there, now you got Chase, Cup, Swift, Josh Allen. Not a bad team, but um, I don't know. There's some question marks there for sure. The tight end though, I like the Luke Musgrave. I like him. I think he's gonna be a very good tight end in for Green Bay, and he seems to be getting a lot of targets. So I like him as well. I'm taking Cam this week. I think you see a little bit of a high scoring game in London with Jacksonville, and then that recipe's well for Cam with Lawrence, Etienne, and Ingram. Keenan Allen against Vegas, he should have a solid game. Um, you know, but a couple tough matches for Joey. I'm taking Cam.
I think I'm taking Cam as well. Joey's running backs have trouble. Jamar Chase, that all leans on Burrow and Tennessee can rush the passer. Judy doesn't show me anything. Musgrave is a tight end. It's not named Kelsey.
Mhm.
Swift is playing really well, but I think Washington has a pretty good D line as well.
Yeah,
and then
for
A
sure.
versus Buffalo, that's not great. He's going to get a lot out of Allen. That's probably it. So, then on the other side, Lawrence, Etienne, they have to bounce back in
Have
Atlanta.
to soon.
They have to. They got to do it quick. And I'm hoping Lockett. I would assume Allen has a good game, being the only receiver left there. And AJ Brown, he's up and down. He hit a lot of catches last week, but he didn't do much the first 2 weeks. So we'll see if that stays or not. Where Hurts is going, whether it's AJ Brown or if it's the
Devontae.
other Devontae Smith. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. You pick. Oh wow, we have the German Arrows facing off against each other. So we will only have one undefeated team after this. Why don't you take this one?
Just rivalry week.
No, rivalry week is week 12.
So they're both projected pretty high, 136 to 127. Justin Fields does nothing for me anymore. James Cook does nothing for me. Kyron Williams, he's not bad, but Indy has a decent defense. Tyreek Hill versus Buffalo should be good. Devontae Adams, is Garoppolo okay? Was he injured? I know Dave Carr went in concussion protocol. I'm not sure if something happened with Jimmy G either.
Yeah.
But he got fed versus Steelers, and he was open all the time. And then Sam Laporta, you were talking about the other tight end. Sam Laporta is a rookie tight end to have. He's tight end number 2.
Yeah.
He's doing everything Kyle Pitts can't. They're using him. And then Najee, I think, is absolutely awful.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what you do with him. And Javonte Williams, he's getting better and better. I don't know how Chicago's defense is. I know their offense is bad. I think their defense is equally as bad. But what do you do? And then on the other side, Mahomes, can't say anything bad about him, even if he's playing the Jets. Miles Sanders has been sort of quiet. He's running back 17, but then Raheem Mostert's number 1 now all of a sudden. Buffalo's going to be tough to run against. Amon-Ra St. Brown might be my favorite player in fantasy right now.
Yeah, I love
Amon-Ra. Being wide receiver 1 before the season's over.
Yeah, I love him. He's awesome.
Yeah, and then TJ Hawkinson, he is tight end 1. So, and then he has the 2 young stars, Puka Nacua and Tank Dell. I think I'm actually going to lean toward Mike on this one. He's projected to lose, but I just don't see, outside of Hill and Adams, is Laporta going to do that much?
We're going to find out tonight.
We'll find out tonight, and I think it's going to be a Hawkinson. This will be a great start because it's going to be Amon-Ra versus Sam Laporta. And I could see Amon-Ra getting 30 tonight, so we'll see how they start out. But I'm going to take Mike in this situation.
I am going to take. Well, let's look at it real quick, since this is probably the game of the week. Fields and Mahomes. They're facing 2 pretty favorable matchups, so maybe a wash. I don't know. Does Kansas City get up big and stop throwing? I don't know. Miles Sanders, Cook, wash. Mostert, Williams. Williams is projected like 18 points. I mean, that's a lot. Mostert against Buffalo. Does he continue this dominant trend? Hill and St. Brown. I mean, you got to lean Hill, but St. Brown is awesome. Adams is a stud. You take him over Myers, who's also been good. Tight end's a little bit of a wash. We'll see how that goes tonight. This game will have an impact tonight. Like you mentioned, Amon-Ra and Laporta. If Laporta can stay within 5, 10, fantasy points of St. Brown, I tend to lean Mark. Nakua questionable, not sure what's going on there. I'm sure he's fine. Um, I like having wideouts at flexes. I don't like Mark's flex right now with Najee and Williams. I'm taking Mike as well. And I think this will be close though. I think you're looking at a 125, 122, 130, 120, 20-ish, somewhere around there. But I'm taking Mike as well.
Yeah, I can see that.
Moving on, we have two more games. You pick
Carter and Young Bucks.
Carter and Young Bucks. Take
This
it.
when Carter gets his first win.
Oh, calling it now, huh? Keep going.
Probably not. I said, is this? Dak Prescott, I don't think is good. Quarterback 21 playing New England. New England has a pretty good defense. Tony Pollard, New England. He has a lot of Dallas offense, and it seems like the Dallas defense is what to have.
Yeah.
I'm sure Pollard will be okay. Running back 4. Madison, he's underachieving. He was supposed to be the darling, get all, Cook is gone. He's going to get all the carries. It's not working. Garrett Wilson, without Aaron Rodgers, Garrett Wilson is human.
Bro.
He's not what he should be. He should be a top 5 receiver. It's not happening. But on the other side, Adam Thielen's been pretty good the last couple of weeks against Minnesota. That's going to be a scoring threat. He has a revenge game. Kittle versus Arizona should be decent. Amari Cooper versus Baltimore. Baltimore secondary is banged up. I think Cooper can. I don't think Watson's that good. If he can get it to Cooper would have had a long touchdown last week, but the ref said he stepped out and he didn't. So that was something like a or something. And then Rashid Rice, I don't think he gives you anything. Moving to the other side, Daniel Jones. He's that guy that's terrible at football, but great at fantasy. Although he's ranked 24th right now, the Seattle defense shouldn't really be that big of a deal. Jamari Gibbs. The starter's still hurt, so I'm assuming Gibbs gets a lot of play. And again, it's a Thursday night game, so maybe he shines. Devonta Smith, is it AJ Brown? Is it Devonta Smith? Who knows? Zay Flowers. I like Zay Flowers a lot. I think he's probably closer to a flex, which actually in this lineup he could be. The 4 receivers are Smith, Flowers, Brandon Ayuk, who when's healthy is good, and then George Pickens, who's good for a splash play every night. And then you have Kelsey. Kelsey's going to do what he does, and I think I'm taking, as much as I want to see Carter successful, I think Jake pulls this one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to rip on Carter's team, but I think yeah, he has the worst record in the league, but I also think he has the worst team in the league. It's bad.
I think I wouldn't take Dak. I would take Pollard. I wouldn't take Madison. I wouldn't take Wilson. I wouldn't take Thielen. I might take Kittle. I would take Cooper, but then he has Burrow on his bench hurt. Treylon Burks, who got screwed with DeAndre Hopkins going there, which did he make the right move? Obviously, he's not going for Super Bowls. He's going for a paycheck, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if anyone thought he wanted to win, Tennessee was not the place to go.
Yeah.
So he did have a couple little issues. Brandon Cooks was supposed to be better than he is as that number 2 with Gallup, but
yeah, I mean Pollard's sitting there at running back 4. He's gone 22, 19, 15. There's 2 guys on Matt's team that I would take, Pollard and Amari Cooper. That's it. I mean, Wilson with Rodgers, he got fucked. That he was supposed to have a big year with Rodgers. Madison has been disappointment. Everyone thought he was going to be like the guy. Yeah. Burrow, you just can't trust right now when he's hurt. Ray Rice, I think he got in there down at his last flex. I mean, I didn't even know he was still in the league. Who the fuck is that?
I think he's a rookie, but none of the receivers work out ever since Tyreek Hill. They don't use receivers like that,
And Thielen, maybe 5 years ago.
Yeah, Thielen's number 9. He's not going to finish at number 9.
Yeah, Kittle. There's just so many options there, man. I mean, it's insane. But then you're looking
Kittle's his lone bright spot, and he's going against Kelsey, so he can't win that. I think it's a hard. I have a hard time seeing where Carter can get an advantage here. Maybe Pollard, but it's only 1, and Rashard White could do the same thing. Although New Orleans defense is really, really good.
Yeah, and at the beginning of the year when we did our like after draft show, we said we weren't big on Jake May's team. Um, I would like Jake May to figure out a quarterback. The quarterback position, I don't know if you can ride a Daniel Jones or Sam Howell all year. He does have Goff in there. I don't know why he doesn't have him in there. That's something to keep an eye on.
Yeah,
Uh,
I was just looking at that. Sam Howell, Jared Goff.
Gibbs, I'd
Goff
like to
is
see.
7 right now, and he has a good matchup today. I'm not sure if Jair Alexander's playing or not. I don't think he's playing for the year.
I
He
like
done.
Gibbs. I think Gibbs is going to continually to get better in a bigger role. White's
Yeah,
not bad. Smith's not bad. Flowers is a nice flex option. Kelsey's fucking awesome. I mean, Jake May got to change his name to something that's involved with Taylor Swift. I mean, I love that drama right now. I mean,
I
I'm
was going to ask you, what's the better combo, Jason Kelsey and DeAndre Swift, or Travis Kelsey and Taylor Swift?
dude, I love Kelsey and Taylor Swift. I'm like I'm following it. Like I
It's
love it.
great. It's
I love it.
he got like 400% jersey sales increase. They
Yeah, I
said they're
love it.
selling T-shirts now to say Taylor Swift's boyfriend on the back of it, and
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I mean, I hope they're serious, man. I'd love to see him like actually be long term. I don't know. I love him. He's awesome. I've always
you a
liked him. He
Swiftie.
seems like a cool dude. Um, Taylor Swift. I'm not a Swifty by any means, but like Paul, but I
I'm a
I I,
Swiftie.
I like Taylor Swift. I like a lot of her songs, and
They're
she has
catchy. She's got
she
some
has a
bop.
cult following. But
Very
I
much so.
I still like her, and they're cool to see. But Kelsey, Ayuk, Pickens. I mean, Ayuk is a number wide out one. You throw in Smith, Flowers, Pickens. I mean, he's got a nice little wide receiver squad there. I'd like to see him. I'd like to see him get Goff in there, man. But he got a nice team. I think Jake wins easily. Matt will not get over 100. He hasn't been over 100 yet this year.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait. Yeah, he has. Week 3 he did. I'm sorry. He had 132 last week. I don't know what I'm talking about. Sorry, Matt. I have 10 minutes left in this, but I forgot. I didn't realize Thielen went for 31 and Cooper went for 24. That's all me, Matt. Sorry. I don't see you getting over 100 though this week. Um, but we'll see. I like Jake May this week. I really like how Jake May's team has come together. We said it wasn't one of the better ones. He texted me and agreed with me, and I think he's wrong. I think he's been proven wrong too. I think some guys have really stepped up, and I like the team. Let's go to the last game.
That's
Um, you take it.
I was just looking how much Kenny Pickett was drafted. I was looking to see how much he went for. So all two are well and Stone Cold Stunners. Paul versus Warren. Both no, Paul's 2-1. He's third overall. Warren's 1-2. So Paul's team, aka the team I wanted, Tua versus Buffalo. Tua could possibly be MVP this year, fantasy MVP. Ramondre versus Dallas is not great. Khalil Herbert, whatever. Steph Diggs versus Miami's fantastic. Olave, it all depends on my man Jameis is down there slinging it. He threw 30 touchdowns last time he was in charge of an offense, so
I
I
like
like
you.
that. I love Jameis. I don't think anyone can dislike him. He's a cornball, but he's so positive. I just want him to be successful.
Tell me why the Jets shouldn't make a move at him. Give him
I
a
don't
go. I
I
mean,
don't have an answer for you because they're idiots and they don't know how
give
to
him,
they
give
don't
him
know how
a
to do
try. I
stuff.
mean, the dude throws some dumb picks, but who the fuck don't? I mean, go in there, let them sling it. They got the wideouts. They got a run game.
If
Bring
they get
someone in there
Jameis
that can
Winston,
make a
Garrett
throw.
Wilson goes back to a top 5 receiver. Just
100%.
and Brees Hall probably gets better too because they're not putting 55 guys at the line to stop Brees Hall.
100%.
Yeah. Darren Waller. Darren Waller's been down this year. I thought he'd be better. It's still early. We'll see what he does. Calvin Ridley, I really like, but he had an issue. Mike Evans has been really, really good. We know that.
Yeah.
He even has a decent bench. He has Jameis Winston, Tank Bigsby, Gabe Davis, and Elijah Moore. He has receivers, and he has Jordan Love. So there's a situation there where he has, two decent quarterbacks. I think Jordan Love is 4th right now, so he has good quarterbacks. He just can't get them both in. The other side, Kenny Pickett, I don't know. I see nothing from. Bijan.
Leads the AFC North in passing yards. Fun
Oh,
fact.
that's fantastic. What did he throw?
He's
Two
also
touchdowns
he's
last
also
week.
he's also 2-1, tied for first place.
Yeah. What's their score differential?
They're
Minus 17 or something like that.
2-1.
I'm just telling facts. We're going to talk facts.
Two and
I'm
one.
sorry. Kenny Pickett is probably the best quarterback in the league.
Right.
He'll never throw another interception again. Bijan Robinson, he only had like 10 carries last week on Atlanta. Atlanta doesn't throw, so I'm not
Yeah,
sure
that
why.
was weird. Yeah, that was weird. I have him in another league, and I was like actually getting pretty fucking pissed off.
I was waiting for him to break off a big 70-yard touchdown. It just never
It
happened.
was nothing.
Nothing. Kenneth Walker is having a good year. Giants, I don't know how the Giants defense is. Probably not good. What's he projected? 17. So I guess it's not that great. Debo's great against Arizona. We'll see. Michael Pittman looked really good versus Baltimore. He was making some big acrobatic catches and flexing it again. Freiermuth is absolutely awful, but Kenny Pickett's going to fit them in so well. He's just going to just catch and fall in the end zone because he's that good.
That's right.
Josh Jacobs has been a huge disappointment. He was running back 1 last year. He cannot get it started. He didn't get it started last week versus Pittsburgh, which can't stop the run, and he just can't get moving. Zach Moss, whatever. He's 13th. He's a league winner because he wasn't drafted, but if the running back comes back, who's their running back?
Who?
Indies.
Taylor.
Yeah, it was Zach Taylor. If Taylor ever comes back, he said he's not playing for the Colts. So Zach Moss could be a great play. I don't know. We'll see. I'm actually going to take this one's really close. I think this might be the closest game. Yeah, this might be the closest of the week. I like Ridley, Evans, and Diggs and Tua. I like Bijan, Walker. I think I got to take Paul.
I'm actually taking Warren.
To me, that Bijan's going to get 15, 20 carries. I don't know what's going to happen.
I'm taking Warren. I think Tua and Buffalo is going to be a very, very good game. And I don't think they're going to come out slinging. I think in those big matchups, you see teams come out the first quarter kind of feeling each other out, kind of thing. Now watch them go score 21 each in the first. But
I would say Mike McDaniels is a maniac. He might come out 5 wide and throw deep 3 times in a row.
Wouldn't surprise me, but usually them big games, division games, they kind of feel each other out. I don't know about Stevenson. I mean, you saw last week Arizona rush for almost like 200 yards or something on them.
Which is why I don't think it happens again.
Exactly. I would agree. Herbert, I don't like. Diggs is Diggs, man. Olave, I like. I like, I like Michael Thomas in that offense too. I think that opens up with Jameis. I like Michael Thomas too now for my team. But Olave's a solid 15 a week. Waller, I don't know. I just don't like the Giants offense. Ridley's been a huge disappointment after that week 1 dropping balls. Mike Evans has been awesome. Baker's looked good besides last week. I like Paul's team. But I like Warren's team this week. I wish Warren could figure out a quarterback position. I don't know. Try to trade Nico Collins and Algier. Maybe an Atwell in Algier. I don't know. Try to get a quarterback off someone. Move Jonathan Taylor for a quarterback. I don't know. Try to get a quarterback.
Maybe you call up Jake May and try to get Jared Goff or even with Paul with Love.
Yeah,
try to help Carter out. I don't know. You can't really take Burrow, and I don't think you want Dak.
Take Mac Jones off me. Mac Jones for Jonathan Taylor, straight up.
It could be done.
But I like Kenny this week. I think Kenny's getting some confidence. I really do. Bijan, I think, has a nice game, bounce back. Kenneth Walker's been awesome. The Giants stink. Debo's Debo. Michael Pittman's looked good. I hope that can kind of continue to go. I like Michael Pittman. Freiermuth has been absolutely, well, last week was nice, but before that he stunk. 1 catch, 4 yards, 1 catch, 1 yard. I mean, last week 3 catches, 41 yards, 7 points, but he has on that touchdown to make it look a little bit better. You got to see him get the ball more. Josh Jacobs got to get going, and Zach Moss has been decent. I like Warren's team.
I don't know if you don't start Stroud. He
That's what
had
I
10
was thinking too.
versus
I would
Baltimore, but he had 25 versus Indy, 24 versus Jacksonville. And again, Pittsburgh, they sacked a quarterback better than anybody else, but they're not a good defense. They don't. If
no,
it, I mean, I can't say that. If they don't have splash, they're big on splash. If it's 3rd and 1, they absolutely will not stop it. They'll
yeah,
march down the field. But if it's 1st and 15, they'll have a pick six. Or they'll
yeah.
have a strip sack. But um, I'm trying to find their stats. I don't think they're very good versus the pass at all. I can't find them right now, but
No, I don't think so either. And I know they struggle with the run. They're just, you know,
they're a
they
big
are
play
big,
defense.
they're turnover, big play defense. If you're not getting a big player or the turnover, you can march up and down. But I like Warren this week. Like I said, I'm just with Paul's team. I think Buffalo, Miami kind of slows down a bit, and that hurts Diggs and Tua a little. Watch me be completely wrong. It'll probably happen, but that's just what I think. I think it's a little bit of a slower paced game, and this game will get started Sunday at 9:30 with Bijan and Ridley going. So I'm excited to see.
And
So
Paul
you're
won't be
on
watching.
Paul.
He'll be
I'm
in the
on
yards.
Warren. We got a minute left. Anything you want to discuss?
No, I was going to look at recent activity, but if it's only a minute, there's not much to get into. I don't think anything really crazy happened.
Yeah.
Carter dropped Odell and picked up Rashard Rice, so that just happened.
Who? Oh yeah, I just saw it.
Carter, that's how he got Rashard Rice. $70 for Devon Achane.
Jeez. Yeah. No,
He's
I don't
going to
have
be
anything
number.
to discuss with except I'm throwing this out there now. I'd like to make a move. I don't know what for or what, but I'd move one of my wideouts. But I'm gonna end this meeting. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna post it tonight. Stay tuned and we'll get the recap maybe Monday or Tuesday night. I'll see you
Word
guys
up.
later.